Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today, another great tip from Decade. What to do after the bad shot. One of the most certain things in golf is you're going to hit more bad shots than good shots. And one of the strange things in golf is that when people are talking about strategy on a golf course, they hardly ever talk about what to do after a bad shot. On top of that, we compound the problems in our strategic thinking on the golf course by comparing ourselves to the wrong people. Usually when you're in the trees on the golf course, you're comparing your situation to your mates who are on the fairway. You realize that you've probably lost this hole and you're definitely going to have a worse score than they are. And this is one of the reasons that you are motivated to try and make everything good with one hero shot. You see that hole in the trees and you know if you can squeeze it through there, you might just be able to save the bacon. The problem is that that shot so often doesn't work. On the contrary, it forces you into a situation where you are actually going to take even more shots than you had planned in the first case. According to Decade, there is a simple solution to this problem. And it really starts with the acceptance that everybody hits bad shots. And therefore, you shouldn't be competing with your mates on this hole. You've got to think, what are they likely to do when they hit a bad shot? In a couple of holes' time, you're going to be on the fairway and they're going to be in the bushes. And the difference between your scores is not on the hole, but what did both of you do? Did they play safe, get it back on the fairway, take their medicine and continue their game and probably get off that hole with a bogey? Or did they try the hero shot and after 3 attempts, they picked it up and went off to the next tee? This happens far too often, not only in amateur golf, but also in professional golf. I know the guys you see on the television are usually hitting these crazy shots out of all kinds of situations and getting them on the green, but they're just not showing you the guys who missed the cut and had a weekend off. These guys are often making poor decisions on the round. Lots of us have strategies how we're going to play a hole, but if you hit a couple of bad shots, then that strategy suddenly dissolves. And that's where Decade gives you one simple rule of thumb. If you don't think you can hit the shot with over a 90% chance, then don't take it on. So the next time you find yourself in the bushes or the rough, thinking you've been the hero, knowing that your perfect shot could get it on the green, just ask yourself the question, is it a 90% chance or greater? And if it isn't, you've got to be doing something else. And often just a small turn to the left or to the right will provide you with a shot you should be taking on. Here are trees, here are no trees, here is a clear route back to the fairway. That is the shot you should be hitting. If that is also blocked, you might have to turn at right angles to the target and play out sideways in order to get relief. How many of you have actually ever played backwards towards the teeing ground because there was no other option? And of course, how often have you first decided after hitting the shot you really should have taken relief, taken the penalty shot and dropped it out of the hazard rather than taking the shot on? Decade gives you great information about when you should take drivers, when you shouldn't, where you should aim on greens when you are approaching the green, where you should be putting your priorities when you're putting, and therefore making a simple strategy to play the golf course easy. But one of the big keys to Decade is knowing when to take your medicine and get back into the game. And don't compare yourself with the guys who are actually playing that particular hole well. It's all about the 18 holes. Eventually, for you tour guys, it's all about a lot more holes than that. And that one shot you hit into the bushes or into the trees should not be the reason that you miss the cut or fail to actually play under your handicap. If you think sensibly, you will be able to actually save your round and get a score going, irrespective of a few poor shots on the round. I'm going to leave a link below for the Decade app if you would like to get into it. They're offering a free subscription service to start off with, and then they have special codes in order for you to actually get discounts. I shall put those down below as well. I do not earn anything from Decade for doing this. It is just a system that I believe will work for you in the coming season, and I would definitely recommend that you try it out. Hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I shall leave a link to my Patreon site. I would like to take the opportunity of thanking all my patrons for supporting the channel so generously in the last year. Hope that you all stay with me in the coming season. We'll be back now regularly. Hope you enjoy it. Until then, bye-bye.